Let's get to the business news with Kim Savage.
Morena. Take a look at Wall Street to begin with. Stocks trading at record levels as corporate earnings season kicks off in the US. So the Dow Jones up about 1/3% this morning. S&P 500 up 1/4%, and the Nasdaq is currently steady. Our own top 50 index rose 73 points in trading, just over 0.5%. It starts today at 12,763, and the New Zealand dollar at 69.8 US cents and 93.3 Australian.
Now, Contact Energy is working to reach its sustainability goals, and it wants other corporates to do the same.
So the energy generator and retailers converted its entire debt portfolio of $430 million into sustainability-linked loans. It's the largest in the country. Contact gets lower funding costs if it meets a range of environmental, social and governance targets. ESG is the jargon there, the short version. If it fails to meet its targets, the loans are charged at a higher rate. Contact Energy's corporate treasurer Will Thompson says this is what stakeholders want to see.
Contact's funding costs will now be linked to its performance in its ESG areas. We aim to be a leader in sustainable finance in New Zealand, and we believe that all companies should be tying their financing towards their sustainable practices.
And more coming up from Will Thompson later in the hour.
And some big thinking is needed when it comes to options for reducing food waste.
Yeah, so a report part funded by the government showed that food waste can be used to produce low-emitting alternatives to natural gas. However, the Zero Waste Network's not a fan of the work. It says the report's narrow, lacks balance, and doesn't consider other approaches to reducing food waste that may be more effective. One of its members is Liam Prince, and he says that he'd like to see the government putting money towards research that takes a holistic view of energy and food-related emissions.
The report is focused on producing biogas, but the food system and the agricultural issues are such a core part of that we can't separate those things. And so the opportunity costs and the costs of doing the things the way that we currently do them must be taken into account when we're assessing the different options for renewable energy as well.
And that's Liam Prince from the Zero Waste Network. More business news coming up at about 10 to 7, and of course the latest from the financial markets.
Ngā mihi mō te rā, Kim Savage there with your Kōrero Kai Pākahi business news.